Ribovics plus 185 tonight, which would make him one of the bigger underdogs on the fight card. Mateusz Gamrot looking to respond in kind from that Charles Oliveira fight last October. Gamrot in white, Ribovics in blue.
Now, Gamrot has improved in his striking throughout his career. And the better he gets at standing up, those takedowns become less obvious and easier.
Well, the numbers suggest he does spend more time on the feet than you would think. He does train with the best strikers in the world every day at American Top Team, but a clear path of least resistance in this matchup tonight, or so it seems. A lot of feints out of the Kill Cliff fighter, Ribovics, early.
Well, the last time we saw Gamrot against a high-level striker was Ludovic Klein, and he really did a fantastic job of stifling all that and dominating him on the ground.
Good kick there by Gamrot, yep.
Mothering grappler.
There it is. Beautiful entry there by Gamrot. Nice job by Mateusz Gamrot.
Right on side control.
Jumped on that single leg. He immediately took his hand to the inside of the heel, put him down.
Jared Gordon, Sean Soriano joining Henry Hooft in the Ribovics corner.
Well, Esteban knew this was coming. Now let's see if his training has given him the skills to get back up to his feet, or at the very least, try to do something to stop the offense from the top.
Mortal Kombat 2, Their Fight, Our Future, only in theaters May 8th. I wonder how discouraging it is when you have spent an entire training camp trying to stay upright and you get taken down early.
Very.
2 minutes have gone by in round one.
Well, because you get this idea, right? Once you start the camp, maybe you're getting taken down a lot, and you develop the ability to stay upright, and then you get in there with the actual guy, and he takes you down right away. It really does play on your psyche, but what can help is if he gets away from him, because that was the second part of his training, that, hey, if we get taken down, we'll be able to escape. Worst case scenario is he's getting ridden out here by Gamrot. Then it really starts taking an effect on him mentally.
Oh, nice shot by Gamrot.
But right now he's doing a decent job of hand fighting. If he can find the fence though, he can put his head against the octagon side, lean into it, and then start to feel the hands.
He's up.
He's got to find a way to get those hands unlocked of Gamrot.
Gamrot drags him back down.
Now you see how he's taking that hand. He's got to keep that hand on that side of his body. But now he's got to start to run his right hand back inside to try to dig an underhook with his right arm. Not that way, he's turning the wrong way. He's got to kind of get Gamrot to face him, because then it'll clear that leg, it'll clear that hook that he's got on it. He's got to scrape and peel. He's got to get that right elbow through if you're Ribovics.
Yeah, he's not necessarily getting that advice from the corner. Might be close enough to hear you, champ.
Look, now he's not going, but he can't go back to his back. He needed to get his back against the fence there and be sitting up on the octagon side.
Coach Dean Thomas, what do you have?
See, here's the problem with what Ribovics is doing, is that everything he's doing is just taking too long, right? He may even be able to get out of these positions. And he's defending himself well in these positions. He's not taking any damage, but it's still taking too long, and he's still giving up too much time. These guys got to learn how to be more offensive in these grappling positions and make it more expensive for the grappler to get him in these precarious positions.
Good point as usual, Coach. Under 30 seconds to go, round one. Two powerhouse South Florida teams going head-to-head tonight. American Top Team and Kill Cliff FC. Strong start for the Polish fighter, Mateusz Gamrot.
Round two.
Let's see what type of adjustments Ribovics can make here.
Well, Henry Hoof saying no kicks, and he right away threw a kick. And another. He just can't help himself.
Yeah, it's a big part of his game.
Gamrot measured as usual. Good vision defensively. Ribovics will switch stances often.
Now, I would suggest Ribovics fights from this stance if he can. Because if he fights southpaw and Gamrot level changes off to that left side, throwing head kicks is very effective. Head kicks and knees on a guy that level changes as severe as Gamrot. Because Gamrot doesn't just reach down and grab the leg. He actually shoots for the leg, and it's easier to counter if you're a southpaw.
Good job by Ribovics. Stuffing that one.
Looked like perhaps Ribovics landed a left hand backing up as well.
There was real urgency in that defensive movement by Ribovics, which he needs.
He overswung. Beautiful job by Gamrot. Gamrot's so good when he gets to the legs. His finishing sequences are elite. But now you see how Ribovics is higher than him. That's a chance. Cannot allow Gamrot's head and chest to beat his head and chest.
Oakley Meta, welcome to the era of athletic intelligence. 4 takedowns on 6 attempts for Mateusz Gamrot, now working off the back of Ribovics.
He's got his back, he's got his neck.
Gamrot is all over him, man.
Gamrot stepped in on short notice against Charles Oliveira last October. Still the only time he's been finished as a pro in more than 30 fights. Thiago Alves, former title challenger, talking Gamrot through the motions.
Keep that chest-to-chest pressure. Nice. Short elbows. Control and damage. Control and damage.
This Mateusz Gamrot, a man who somewhat controversially but got the nod over Arman Tsarukyan in the main event back in 2022. End up backing up for the title fight between Makhachev and Volkanovski the next year. Still has yet to fight for the belt.
That was one of the best. That was a great fight, though. That fight was crazy inside the Apex, him and Arman.
Good pressure. Nice. Keep smashing. Keep smashing. Yes. Good pressure. Yes.
Now, we talked about whether or not it's discouraging for Ribovics in round 1. Now you're in the round 2, and it's happened twice, and both times you've been held down. Now, the second time you got taken down, you actually did everything you said you weren't going to do, and you overthrew. You stepped overthrew, got taken down. Now, how does he approach it? Because Joey's going to have to throw with some intent to try to get himself into this fight now, because he'll be down 2 rounds. He'll need a finish.
Yeah, he's in a really bad spot. And the level of grappling, the difference between him and Gamrot is huge. Head and arm choke.
Yep, head and arm choke. And that's tight.
He might have it. Ribovics is doing the right thing as far as defense. They're answering the phone, but with the kind of squeeze that Gamrot has.
Hey, he's not out.
He's not out.
What's the ref doing? There it is.
That's it.
Mateusz Gamrot!
Why is the ref touching the guy like he was out there?
No. Well, I think he thought he was briefly, but he was incorrect.
So Mateusz Gamrot, at the very least, maintains his top 8 ranking as he humbles Esteban Ribovics here in Miami.
Just smothering, just complete smothering performance by Mateusz Gamrot. Just so good on the ground, such a dominant grappler. And Ribovic just couldn't get his game going. Every time he tried to open up, Gamrot was all over him.
All right, we're gonna let DC cue up the telly to look at the mastery of Mateusz Gamrot.
Guys, we talked about Ribovic not overthrowing. Watch this combination. He throws and his legs go all the way over the top of Mateusz Gamrot. Only Gamrot has to do his level change. Let it run, boys. Watch. That left hook, he just level changes. He's got him beat. Now immediately, look at this. Guys, I teach this in my gym. Trail leg, back straight, butt in. But more importantly, right away he's got his hands locked. By the time he gets up to his feet, the takedown's already done. There's nothing that Ribovic can do to defend that. But Mateusz Gamrot right there, that was perfect. Butt in, back straight, hands locked, trail leg set, takedown into this beautiful arm triangle. Ribovic is trying to answer the phone, and that does give you a little space. But when it's this tight, don't matter how much you answer it, that squeeze is too tight, you're going to have to tap.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin McDonald has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by submission due to an arm triangle, Mateusz